Welcome to Acquired Taste Podcast. We are back. It's your boy, Dirty D.
It's your boy, Tech Daddy.
It's Queen Bee.
May you have a strong masculine child.
That's what I'm talking about.
It's a good one. I was wondering where you were going to go with this episode, like how that was going to...
It was either that or Mazel Tov, it's a boy.
Okay, well, if we do this again, if this episode warrants a part 2, somehow...
You never know.
Then we'll then save that one for that intro. We'll just do that. All right. Well, hey, welcome to Acquired Taste Podcast. We're back.
Yeah.
Again.
We got a full house today.
It's 4 of us today. Yeah, it's interesting. It's gonna be a good one. It's gonna be a little different than our normal one, but you're in for a treat.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're new listening to the podcast, we're a history-based podcast. We do history, mystery, music. This is none of the above. Well, actually, I have a little bit of history, so just to tie it in.
It's still my history.
It's something.
Personal history.
There we go. Yeah, we have a little bit of history and then a little bit of personal history. We're
You're
gonna get
old
to
enough, we could call it, history.
That's true.
You're not far
Ancient.
behind, you son of a bitch.
Ancient
We don't got to get
history.
into that. This isn't my
You
episode, all right?
brought it up.
This isn't about me, all right?
Your history can be read about in the newspaper. I wouldn't be so quick to talk.
I don't think so, actually. I think you're wrong.
I don't know. I was just having a
Stay tuned.
conversation. I was having a conversation with somebody about how they're teaching like 9/11 in like kids' history classes. My boss, she was talking about her son. It's like he's learning about 9/11 in history class.
I'm
I was
glad,
like,
I'm glad somebody is, because not all of them are.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah.
you know.
So, anyways, if you're new to the podcast, we appreciate you giving us a listen to. We do some banter in the beginning of every episode, just kind of getting us loosened up, getting us into the groove of the topic. So stay tuned for that. If you're a returning listener, we appreciate you sticking with us all these years. Of course, as per usual, we just want to give you our love for sticking with us, for giving us all the support, for, being there for us in our times of need. I'm really tired right now, so my brain is just not working.
There you go.
I had
Let it roll.
I'm trying, dude. I'm really trying.
You got this.
I was outside for too long. Anyways, so yeah, as per usual, you get your 4 kisses.
It's worse being between them.
Now you know how our listeners feel.
Yeah.
Hey, they love it.
You're getting a stereoscopic view of this whole thing now.
I didn't need it.
But you did.
This was actually just a setup to get you in the middle.
I believe that.
Oh, yes. Feel love for the first time.
I refuse.
Oh, man. Yeah, I'm sorry. I was sitting here like, oh, man, I'm really sleepy. Dude, so I have a jacuzzi tub, as you guys might know. And that, I've, used it today. But I put some Epsom salt in there with the lavender.
Ooh, look at you.
With the lavender.
Okay.
Mr. Self-care.
Yeah.
Oh, you got it. Come on. Body's a temple.
Yes.
At best, it's a 1992 Toyota Corolla. But it has some cool artwork, so it's fine. But anyways, yeah, so I'm just like, I don't know what happened. Like, after that, my energy was like, and it's over with. So anyways, we're doing it, though. We're here.
I don't blame you one bit.
Indeed. But I smell good, though.
The fact that we kind of just sat around for literally an hour before we started recording, that's probably our fault.
We wasted the one time DJ was reasonably on time.
I was right
it's-
behind you
Yeah.
guys.
That's true, yeah.
True.
It was actually on time.
Yeah,
Reasonably.
It was either you or a moped with that one headlight. Get that fixed, by the way.
I have the headlight
He
of
had
my
it
car,
fixed.
which is like the
Then what's your
saddest part.
excuse?
Yeah.
Oh, Ben, guess what?
What?
I got an oil change.
Thank God.
That is.
Can we get a round of
I
applause?
was
Yeah,
looking
I
for the
say,
button.
find a button.
I was looking for the button. Hang on.
Was there oil in it to change?
He didn't say there wasn't.
a wind dust.
They literally coughed like a dude. Just
Jeez, man.
me.
Kill me.
That's my car every time I drive it.
I swear, dude.
The first Ford to commit seppuku throws its own rod.
Right through the block. Oh, but you get a new car.
Hey, I just got a new house. I cannot get a new car right now.
That's fair, actually.
I had to pick
true.
one or the
Just
other.
keep that car inside as much as you can.
Yeah, it is. It lives inside anyway.
That's fair. That's fair.
This is gonna drive me crazy.
Oh yeah.
How do you deal with this?
For those that are
doesn't jump
listening to the
different.
podcast, they switch spots. So
Yeah.
it's
If you undo that knob, and
Yeah,
shove
if you
further,
shorten it,
Okay.
and then just work
yeah,
the stand closer
you
to
got
you.
to deboom.
Well, I won't mess with it
Okay.
now because I don't want to.
Yeah.
yeah, and I have
I'll
no
just-
idea
I'll
what
just
it
deal
more
with it.
weight on that side
For
and
next
then-
time.
yeah.
I'll-
Now I'm
I'll-
just watching it as it's slowly.
is. Just
I can hear the band playing as 1,200 frozen souls.
two people could have fit on that door. All right, so
I'll be on that hill.
I wish no people had been on that door.
fair enough. Anyways,
mean-
that's a whole other episode.
Well,
Are we just
could
going on a
do- We
rant?
could do an entire episode about that. We'll
we
put
could.
that on the list.
About how it was the whole movie was just a story of an old lady talking about the one time she got so strange.
Yep, got railed
and
in Model T.
And then threw like a $3 million piece of jewelry in
In
the
the
ocean.
ocean.
Like a
Right.
selfish bitch.
Exactly.
That's what those billionaires are down there trying to find.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Mhm.
All right, so we used to start off our episodes with a question. I think, Deej, you got something for us today, man. What's up?
I do. I have a question today. And honestly, I was thinking about it. I'm like, man, maybe I asked this in one of the way earlier episodes,
Mm.
but also maybe not. I'm like 50-50 on it. So if you were to have your life narrated by somebody,
Morgan Freeman.
who would it be?
Sorry, what?
Now, originally, my first thought was David Attenborough. Because I'm
Ah.
like, that would be
I
amazing.
don't want to get murdered by a lion.
I feel like for Deej, that would make a lot of sense, though.
It would.
Like, I can actually see that.
But I was torn. I was like, it would either be David Attenborough or it would be James Gandolfini.
Okay.
No.
It'd be
Wait, whoa.
Okay.
Hold on. Normal James Gandolfini?
No,
or the
Tony Soprano. Tony
voice?
Soprano.
Okay.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Which, what do you mean normal? Most of the time, he's Tony Soprano.
No, watch
you know.
any of his
Sense for
other
you.
movies, though. He does not have the Jersey accent.
Yeah, there's a few.
Do you
Yeah.
know who Leslie Jordan is?
Sounds familiar.
He was on Will and Grace. He's been on like everything. He was like this short little like southern gay dude. And he has the most hilarious voice and I love him so much. And he passed away like a few years ago, but I think I would choose him actually.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
You know what?
Okay.
I got mine. Robin Williams.
All right.
Oh my
Yeah.
god,
That would be very goofy.
that
Yeah.
makes
Oh, yeah.
so much sense.
All the times I fell down as a kid and everything, I just, wow!
Whenever you're getting like slowly more aggressive and mad at me
Yeah.
or John, I can hear Robin Williams just building up
Yeah.
and getting more crazy.
That's a good one. That's a
Yeah.
good one.
18 fucking times.
Oh,
I
man.
like that.
I'm going to go with Keith David for mine.
Who's that?
Keith David,
Okay.
actor, black dude. It's been on a
You've
bunch
seen
of
him a
stuff.
million.
Keith David,
You've
okay.
seen him a million times in like a
Shit, he's been in
C
everything.
rank
Oh, yeah.
role.
This guy.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Outstanding.
I say the
like
best
that.
one I can always,
Okay,
the
yeah,
best one
that
I can
makes sense.
always think of is the Air Force General in Armageddon.
Okay.
That's usually I think
Yeah.
the one people remember the most,
Yeah.
or at least right away.
Yeah, my first thought with him is
Welcome to hell, motherfucker! I just thought of that.
exactly. Yeah, it was that, and then him hyping up white people in Community, in the TV show Community.
Mm.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Like
Yep.
he's a serial
Yes.
hyper for white
He's
people.
a hype man.
For white people
Okay.
specifically, yes.
This is Leslie Jordan. I don't know if you guys.
Oh,
Oh,
yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly
Can
who
you
that
think
is.
of his voice?
Yes.
Oh my
Yes.
god.
I
yeah.
can actually, yeah,
Yep. I
I
want
love
him to
that.
narrate my life.
for sure.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a good
I,
one.
I recognize the face, but I'm not placing him.
I'll show you a clip of him on
Okay.
Will and Grace later.
Nice.
I wouldn't have seen that, but maybe in something else.
Yeah, I'll show you.
Yeah.
He was also he was in American Horror Story. I forgot about that.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Was he really?
Yeah, he was.
I only watched a few episodes of those.
Yeah, I watched the
never really
first
got
few
into it.
seasons. Later seasons, it got all about like shock factor and how gross and weird it could get.
Yeah.
And so I just kind of lost interest in it. But the first few seasons were very good of that.
I
show.
feel like that's a lot of
That's just the
horror
That's just the downfall
nowadays.
of the horror genre.
Yeah.
Is you get one or two movies out of
But
a good idea.
It's also
Yeah.
a Ryan Murphy show. So like that's kind of the trend with his shows. Like they start out really, really strong and then they just like dissolve into trash
Mhm.
very quickly.
I was also trying to remember it because it's been forever since I thought about this, but Keith David was the voice of the main gargoyle in Gargoyles.
Oh yeah, I
What?
didn't even think about that.
Really?
Yeah, he's Goliath.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
that's
forgot
so
you.
cool. I didn't
Yeah.
know that.
I forgot.
That's
I didn't.
awesome.
Well, I didn't forget. I didn't even think about that because anything other than the movies, I go straight to. As funny as it sounds, but Modern Warfare 2
That's going
because
on.
he's like the
yeah.
main voice actor for the American side of stuff going on in that
He was.
game.
He was that. He was Captain Anderson in Mass Effect.
Okay.
So
yeah.
he's been in a bunch of stuff.
You remember when he was
Wasn't he the Arbiter in Halo?
Oh, I don't know.
You remember when he was the pimp who was trying to buy the barbershop from Ice Cube?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Oh man. So yeah, that was that's why I chose him. He has a rich history, and I feel like he can paint the tapestry of
Yeah.
my life very well.
I would,
Wide range.
I would
Yeah,
I would
cool.
pay to see a movie with our chosen narrators, all his
Oh,
co-stars.
God. Yeah. Holy
Yeah.
shit. I don't think David Attenborough can do it. I'm not even sure if he really exists at this point. I think they
He's
just
still
got
alive,
his,
yes.
they took his voice on AI.
They took his
and
consciousness.
yeah, he's inside. He is Oz. He's like the Wizard of Oz right now.
Mhm. Isn't he like 106 years old? or
He's
something
old.
Like
He's
that?
old
he's
as
in his
fuck, man.
90s.
You know-
But he is still alive though. Thankfully,
Yeah.
he is still alive.
He's been
Because he had
narrating it.
another documentary come out this year.
Of course he did.
Actually, I think it was on the ocean. I'm pretty sure I watched it.
What if it's like one of those situations where he's just on contract for like another 1,000 years?
Yeah.
I'm okay with
He's a
that.
And
Scientologist.
He's like, I can't
and he's
lie.
like, I can't do this anymore. And they're like, you're gonna read another fucking documentary, whether you like it or not.
Yeah. They're like artificially keeping him alive with machines.
Pumping him full of morphine, keeping him fucking.
So
By the
our
way, David Attenborough, sorry. His 99.
oh, wow.
So
The talk is clicking, man.
Oh man.
Did you say the talk is
thank you.
clicking?
Like, wait a
He
minute,
sure
what just
did.
happened
Yes,
there?
he did.
Like, did I have a stroke or did
He
it?
absolutely did say that.
I haven't done that in a long time.
That doesn't make it better.
I feel like it makes sense. I don't know.
That's a good one too. Fuck.
The talk,
The talk is clicking.
It is
The
actually.
simpler they are, the better for me.
The funnier they are.
You know what's
well,
funny?
it also is hilarious because it kind of makes sense. Because
so
both of those were words.
I usually indulge like a fair amount before I come here, and today I didn't. And this
Yeah.
is like
Oh,
the one
geez.
time I did that. Like the four parts of my brain are like, which way are we going? What
Mhm.
do we do here?
This
What's-
is the weirdest PSA.
Where are we?
yeah.
This is the weirdest PSA I've ever been a part of.
Well, you know,
Well, this is going well.
You know,
Yeah.
Our Planet is my cat's favorite show.
Didn't you send me a Snapchat of them watching it the
I
other day?
did. They will
I
sit
could see
there.
that.
They will sit there and they will watch Our Planet for hours.
yeah, it's the birds.
I have iPad kids.
Yes. I found out, and Jess sent me a Snapchat of one of her cats just staring at the TV screen when a Blackbirds was on it because we're pretty
I
sure.
saw that. She
Yeah.
sent me that too.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure her cat
Oh
just
my
thinks
God.
like
She thinks she thinks it's you.
Yes.
Or he thinks it's you.
yes, she and
She-
yes,
hilarious.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
like father's on TV.
Uh-huh.
Mm.
Why is he not here though?
He's trapped inside of this box.
How do I fix this?
How do we get him out?
How do I knock this
Mom.
over?
Why are you not freaked out by this?
Father, help.
She looked very
Literally.
freaked out. She was like, she was staring at it like, what the?
One day you will meet her cats, and you'll understand a lot. A lot will make sense.
That's the
Perfect.
best about cats. Like none of them are the same.
No,
No.
absolutely not.
They're
I
all-
have 2 cats from the same litter. They're the same age. They are the same color. They look identical, except one's bigger than the other, but they have vastly different personalities.
I feel like we're first cousin to a segue here.
I feel like we're first cousin to something. Anyways, we can dive into it though. I'm down with that. I
Yeah.
mean, we're 14 minutes into this
Sure.
bad boy. I think we're sufficiently warmed at this point.
Mhm.
So today we're talking about adoption. Is it National Adoption Month?
Yeah.
Is that the
Yeah.
full title?
Yeah,
Okay.
November, the whole month.
Okay. We have so many months for things now. Like there's
Yeah, I
multiple
know.
things in every month now.
Yeah.
I kind of hate it. I wish it was just days.
Yeah, well, that's fine.
I feel like they do months for like media purposes. So like
Mhm.
when people want to do stuff like a podcast around it,
Mm.
they have an entire month to get
Yeah.
their media out.
Yes, Black History Month
Yeah.
was just a conspiracy to sell more stuff.
Yep.
Thanks, Hallmark.
Black History Month is a Hallmark
Like, just the CEOs of Target are like, can we sell gay?
Yes,
I think we can.
Well, that backfired a little bit.
it definitely did. Just like them trying to sell black. It just did not go well for them. Oh, Target.
Oh,
They're never going to sponsor us anyways. It's fine.
jeez.
No,
Yeah.
no.
I actually wouldn't want them to sponsor us anyways. Fuck
You
them.
would
Nah,
never
pass.
be
I can keep
sponsored
it.
by
That one.
Target.
Yeah, they can keep that one. Anywho, so back to Adoption Month, though.
Walmart though, hit us up. What's up?
I mean, so anyways, but yeah, so National Adoption Month. Obviously, we've joked about this before on the podcast a few times,
Yeah,
several times.
unless you're new.
Yeah, unless you're new, you've probably heard us sell. Well, never really tell anything bad jokes, but just poke at you
Yeah.
here and there about having extra families.
Yep.
Because you do like to rub it in sometimes. I feel like.
Yeah, man. What the
Oh, yeah.
hell?
I feel like you do.
I do. I got
You're-
places to be all
You're
the
over
time.
here with all these parents, and I have none.
Yeah, right. Right. Like she's out of parents. You have extras.
I've been waiting to have this talk with you, but I didn't know how to broach it.
You gotta hit the dun, 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 with the reveal.
I have all the parents.
All the parents are
That's-
mine.
That's pretty greedy, man.
Yeah, right. Like he has extra parents. He has siblings that he gets along with. What the hell, dude?
Yeah,
That's so rude.
and
Must be
multiple
nice.
and multiple stages of my life.
Must be fucking nice.
Mm.
It's incredibly taxing.
I'm joking though. Me and my brother actually get along
Oh
fine.
my God,
So.
it's exhausting being so loved by so many people.
Oh yeah, right.
I'm
Just having
like,
extra families to love them.
tired all the time.
Right. I had years of therapy to deal with mine. Shit.
I don't even want to talk about mine.
You need years of therapy.
I am currently
You
in
say that-
therapy.
There you go.
You say that after we have. We talked about yours as much as we talked about mine.
That's fair. That's fair.
We did
It's
do
true.
an entire Patreon episode about DJ's dad, so
Mm-hmm.
go check that out.
Yeah, the saga continues.
The Hammond cryptid.
Oh, it does.
The saga continues.
Oh,
He is a
boy.
cryptid.
Yeah, the Hammond cryptid.
He is indeed.
I say that with respect.
And
Yeah,
I
it's,
forgot who it was that brought this up. I think it might have been Ashley. It might have. I can't remember at the top of my head for some reason. I was drinking. That's why. Anyways, I think it was Ashley or somebody that said like I need to do a Patreon about my grandparents, my grandfathers, because of their interesting histories.
I was like their era.
Well, their era and
Yeah.
just who they were as people.
Sure.
Okay.
So that'll be since
Sounds intriguing.
we're talking about families, I think it's time that the internet learns about my grandparents
Ah,
Oh
I'm down.
boy.
because they are, I mean, both very dead, but all
Yeah.
very interesting people.
Mm.
Patreon or regular episode?
Ooh, I think half of them would have to be Patreon.
Okay. All right.
Half of them would have to be Patreon. They were interesting men. Anywho, so today though we're talking about some adoption. So obviously with Ben being our resident adoptee, we're gonna let him go into a few things later on. I'm gonna do some history on actual adoption itself, just throughout history, just a brief overview, because I never knew how many ebbs and flows it had,
hmm
and historically speaking, because it's just something I never broached. But
It goes all the way back to the Bible.
the Bible, you can find it in the Bible.
So-
But I'm not going to go biblical with it, though. I mean, I'm going to talk about things that are around that same era, though. But I'm going to start off with the ancients, of course, because that's where all things should start, I suppose. Adoptions until like our era had absolutely jack shit to do with children's welfare.
Oh, I'm sure.
Oh,
like
absolutely.
it had absolutely nothing to do with
children
kids.
were not human beings until very recently.
Oh, that's another topic.
Yeah.
But anyways,
Yeah.
and that's still up for debate.
Mhm.
But in the ancient times, though, like I said, it had absolutely nothing to do with children's welfare. This had nothing to do with a child being benefited at all in any of this.
Yeah.
Let's get into it. So a lot of the times, adoption was used for either political power, continuing legacy, cheap labor, a variety of things. So I'm going to start off with Mesopotamia because, well, you know, they wrote some stuff down.
Ironically, the Fertile Crescent.
You did not
There
just do
are-
that with your
That
hands
was
and your
Yeah,
elbows.
Fucking
did.
smooth.
There are like 5 people that listen to this podcast that will get that joke. 2
Four
of them are here.
Okay, you underestimate and I overestimate, but we're on the same page.
We made it. So yeah, they actually did write this down though, because again, Mesopotamians were famous for writing things down. That was kind of what made them the legends that they are.
Mhm.
Is because they were the first people to do so. What they were doing was they actually wrote down various documents of not only like legal documents, witnesses, various court cases, just showing people being adopted by others, infants and adults. Adults are going to be a reoccurring theme in this era, by the way. Adults being adopted. Because there was actually no age limit on adoption back then.
Okay.
Okay. There kind of was. I'll get to it. So
You live in my house, you're adopted. Clean your room.
I mean, yeah.
That would suck if you're like
Yeah, but I'm
22
in my
years old.
30s.
Yeah,
Yeah, like-
those Brooklyn Mesopotamians.
I feel like you guys are thinking of like the wrong angle here. Like somebody adopting like a 20-year-old girl. And
it
being
was
like,
mostly boys, thankfully.
okay, good.
Yeah.
Because that could be real weird.
Yes.
I see where you're going.
Yes.
And that ain't it. That ain't right.
No, I'm sure that probably happened though.
It probably did.
Sure it did.
Yeah, it probably did. But most of these stories going to be focused around boys or men, depending upon the age, because I'm going to get into that. So that was Mesopotamia. There was actually it was called aggregation. Was the voluntary process where an adult would join another family. So,
Okay.
but again, an adult
That's weird.
would, yeah, it's.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay.
Ancient Greece, they would use adoption to continue family lines that doesn't have any biological children, biological sons to carry the lineage. So again, going into the one to carry on one's name. If you're not fertile, you can't do it, or if you never had a boy, you can't do it.
Well-
But they'll just adopt a random man.
Well, also, all the wars.
Oh yes,
And so your lineage gets wiped out.
true.
Hmm.
So yeah, like, hey, you there, boy.
I'd say, boy.
God damn it.
What do they always call
Guys.
the bastard kids in all the shows? It's like Snow. Is that?
Oh,
is
well,
that the
that's
only
in
Game of Thrones?
Yeah. Well,
Is-
they have it's based on region. So, like, if you're from the north, your last name would be Snow. If you're from like the desert lands, your last name would be Sand. Like, it's just different.
Oh, okay.
It's
Yeah,
region
that's what
based.
That's very lazy.
That's
Yeah.
very.
That's they just
I
look at the
know.
kid like you rock.
Yeah.
I am Timothy of the Sand.
Yes.
Basically, yeah.
It's like Americans calling autumn fall.
Or like how if you were a blacksmith, your last name would just be Smith.
Yes. So going on a little bit more forward into history, Roman adoption. There's a lot about this because there was a lot of it written down because the Romans like to write things about themselves. One of the most famous adoptions ever was when Augustus was adopted by Julius Caesar.
Mhm.
So
Oh.
Augustus was his adopted son. Obviously to carry on the name. I think that actually did have to do with the war because I think his original lineage was cut off.
I believe you're right. It's been a long time.
It's been a
but I
long
believe, I
time.
believe you're right.
So yeah, but again, carrying on lineage, that's how we have Augustus. Hence, also why we have the month called August. Thanks.
Yeah.
So, but there was no age limits to adoption. So, like I just said, you're gonna adopt a grown man. The only stipulation with Rome, at least, was that the father had to be older than the son.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
I mean,
Can you
otherwise,
imagine someone younger than you adopting you?
that's called a Roman sitcom.
Makes me think
I'd
of
watch
don't,
that.
Don't
Yeah.
drink your juice in the hood.
Oh,
The
jeez.
dude's dad was younger than him by like 2 years.
Clean your room. I'm retired.
Just adopting old people in
I
the
don't
streets.
clean nothing. My mama cleans my room.
There actually was a legal process to adopt somebody in Rome. I'm not gonna pronounce it horribly, of course. But Agrigento, Sure. Um,
As an aggregate?
sure. I mean, that's what it sounds like, but in Latin.
Well, I mean, it makes sense if that's the root word, but continue.
Sure. So again, this was mostly to carry on family lines, family lineages, what have you. Infants were rarely, if ever, adopted. Oftentimes, if a child was to be adopted, they were never actually fully adopted. They were just they were brought into a home. They would be taken care of to a point,
They were just like acquired.
kinda. But they were never fully family. So they would be there, like they would have a task. It's like slavery, but with like less steps.
Say,
Where's John?
With like privileges.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like slavery with freedom. So
Yeah, like with status, maybe.
a bit, but they would never get
Yeah.
the title though. So
No,
they would
no,
never
yeah.
have.
So I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, that's kind of like how bastards work in Game of Thrones. Like their last name remains the like bastard last name, so they're not actually part of the family, but they're like raised by the family.
Yeah.
They're like respected as if they were part of the
But
family.
everybody knows.
But everybody knows.
Everybody knows.
Everybody
So there actually was Roman law that stipulated how adoptions would go. So like these people were not still full fledged family, so they couldn't inherit anything, but they also weren't living on the street. So
Yeah.
something I guess. The Chinese had the same thing going on. Either it had to do with something with religion, or it had to do with just carrying the family name on, and they needed people there to take care of the elders. So they started just adopting boys for this task.
Sure, why not?
Yep.
Hey, boy.
Yeah. Come and take care of your elder.
Yeah. Hey boy, quit playing in pig shit. Come over here.
We got duck shit
Gotta
to
clean
clean
this
up.
human shit over here.
So moving forward in time, medieval Europe, most of the orphans were abandoned to places like monasteries. A lot of them actually. This was called a practice called obulation, and children would also either they would go to a monastery, or if they were there or off the streets, they could then be put into a foster servitude, where the child would be pretty much an apprentice to a craftsman. So, like we were joking about earlier with smiths or with blacksmiths, any kind of trade, these kids would be apprenticed into. But they were pretty much just be there for labor. Again, like you're gonna learn the trade, but you're somebody's bitch the entire time. Essentially, is what was happening there. But it's probably still better than living on the street.
Yeah,
So
typical apprenticeship.
actually, I was thinking about that. Like, yeah, that sounds like a normal apprenticeship. Actually,
Yeah,
like you're that person's bitch still.
right on par.
Hanging out living in the streets. Well, actually, you might still be
That's the
actually.
entire reason you're there.
Moving forward in history again, colonial America. Children were typically it was called bounding out, or to bound out a child, which is essentially just giving your child up for indentured servitude instead of adoption. Remember, the little hands get into the small machinery bits.
Yes, they
God,
sure
man.
do.
Say,
They sure do.
Industrial Revolution era.
We
Move
talk
it,
about
yeah.
how hard it was just to make it alive, like
Uh-huh.
back then.
Oh,
And
yeah.
like every time we do an episode, it's like, fuck, man,
It's-
more.
It's a miracle that human society propagated.
Like all the different ways children like just got absolutely fucked over
Yeah, like
in like Victorian era. Yeah, we have a whole episode about that.
We do.
Yeah.
So moving on to where it gets a little better, I guess. So colonial America, like I said before, though, the indentured servitude, there was still no laws actually to help children with adoption or give them any kind of rights. If you're a kid, you're just
Yeah.
you're
Your
just,
property.
you're screwed.
Yeah.
It sucks. So but in 1851, the Massachusetts Adoption Act happened. It was the first time in history there was actually a law in America to actually protect and look out for children's welfare in the country.
Oh.
And from
1851.
Massachusetts of all places.
Yeah, right.
Back when it was cool.
Yeah, honestly though.
Yeah, they were like, wait. We got to be making money on this. What's going on here?
Yeah, exactly.
Giving these kids out for free. What are we doing here?
Yeah.
We-
And
Yeah.
there's a Tony Soprano.
There it is.
That's if you're wondering, it's always like James Gandolfini. If I'm doing like in my head, it's just always that voice.
So they were the first two. I'm sorry.
Oh, I was just gonna say mine's just Sammy from Jersey Shore.
That is not okay.
That's awful.
All right, so they were the first priority to prioritize child's welfare. They were also requiring judges to have oversight and consent when it came to adopting children. So they're taking a step at least kind of in the right direction. But then you have the orphan trains. So this is actually, there's a lot with this. I'm going to give a very, very brief overview about what orphan trains were.
Orphan trains?
Orphan trains, yes.
Okay.
So orphan trains ran from 1854 to 1929. Over 200,000 children are relocated from the city to rural families in the Midwest. So pretty much they sent a bunch of kids from New York and the East Coast, the Industrial Revolution time, to the Midwest to be adopted by people, by like rural families.
You're farmers now.
Pretty much.
Pretty much.
This
That
makes
they-
like the little train in the mall seem so
Yeah.
much more morbid now.
Well, now it is. Thanks.
Yeah.
DJ.
Yeah, that's like the first thing I
Well,
thought of. I was like, kids on the
that's
train.
messed
like
up, dude.
this-
So,
yeah.
like, there's this very famous photo from the Depression era of a woman who she's hiding her face and she's got all these kids sitting on her porch and she's got a sign that says children for sale. Have you seen that one?
Mhm,
Yeah.
I've
So
seen it.
I read an
Oh.
article about what actually happened to that family
Mm.
because someone researched it and found what happened to those kids.
Okay.
And I guess their mother, it's a long story, but like their mother was like a gambler and she like lost all of her money and she wanted to keep using her money to gamble and she didn't want to pay for her kids anymore. So she sold them essentially, and she mostly sold them to farmers who use them as free labor, basically. So
Mhm.
that's probably a lot of what was going on.
Yeah. There's a chance that those two events overlapped.
Yeah.
So the orphan trains, there's a lot to go into with that. I'm not gonna cover it, at least not today. Who knows? We might get into it eventually. But this dude, Charles Loring Brace of the Children's Aid Society, came up with this idea. Like, all right, there's a ton of kids running around the streets. I just imagine again like just a bunch of orphans running the streets
The Little
of New York
Rascals.
because the Little Rascals. Thank you.
Yeah.
No rules.
But a lot of factories. So, but it was like just I just imagine all these kids running around. They're like, okay, we gotta do something with these damn kids. Who's goddamn white baby is this?
All these kids are trying to steal food from people. We
Yeah.
gotta fucking
just do something, right?
stop this.
They
Send
all
them
have
to
the little,
Midwest.
they're all dirty and they have the little paperboy hats.
Yes,
And they're like,
all of
hey,
them.
mister.
Exactly. Send them to Indiana.
Yeah.
So, so they started sending these kids to the Midwest, and some of it worked out well. Like some of these kids were taken care of. Some of them had like really nice homes. Unfortunately, there were also some, like you had mentioned with that woman who was selling her kids. Those kids were just straight up abused. Unfortunately, they were used for free labor and never actually treated as a child or as a human. So there's a lot of ups and downs with that plan. Some consider it a success. Some consider it a massive failure. It's there's so much to go with that story. That's why I'm not going to cover it today because this episode ain't about me. So moving forward, again in time, the baby scoop era, because that's a term.
Baby scoop.
Scoop, like a scoop of ice cream. Yes,
That made me feel uncomfortable.
it
Yeah.
should. It should. This era ran from the 1940s to 1970s. There was a stigma socially at this time of women who were single mothers were kind of demonized, if you will.
As they still are to this day.
Oh, you know, history repeats itself. So,
Mhm.
anyways, so just these mothers of the single mothers of these children, that were never married, that had a kid, just like stuff like that, which at the time and still kind of now, society just frowns upon, and the stigma was them having the child, so we were trying to get rid of the child. So it was just a whole era of people just trying to send their children up for adoption to rid themselves of the shame of being a single mother at this time. This is also the same time frame when the closed adoptions were happening as well. So where you couldn't get any information about the family that it came from. There was never any information shared between your birth parents and your adopted parents. There was nothing. So these kids were just abandoned. That's it. That's all that's what's happening this era of the baby scoops. The records were sealed, no information was shared, and it was just, again, awful time. Moving forward again, modern era. So open adoption started catching on a lot in the 1980s. So that's when people started to share more information between families. You were actually allowed to contact your birth parents. There was also that big upswing, if you will, of the transracial or international adoptions becoming more common. Like my first was obviously the Brad Pitt, Angelina Jolie family
Mhm.
because of them collecting the Pokemon of children that they made.
Gotta catch them all.
The Will I
Gotta catch
Am
'em all.
Yeah.
fucking family is insane. Like the Black Eyed Peas, there we go.
Yeah.
Like they made the Black Eyed Peas and children. Like it is insane.
Yeah.
But that's the more modern era, and that's really all the history I wanted to bring up on that. Just like going through this, how adoption has grown since ancient times, and here we are in the modern time.
From Moses to now.
Yep. Moses. But yes.
Indubitably.
But that's my story, and that's all I have to say about it. So what's going on, Ben?
Okay, so yeah, in case you are a first time listener here and you clicked on it just because of the title, my name is Ben. I was born in 1986, November specifically, and I was put up for adoption.
November,
And
November what?
Hmm?
November what?
that's identifying information. And
Indeed. I was surprised somebody made an old joke about you being in from 86.
but yeah, I was born in 1986 and adopted out. As was my brother, who I grew up with. He was brought in from another family. We're both infant adoptions, and more or less the going forward, the just some ground rules so people understand, because it does. It, all joking aside, it does get confusing, especially if you don't know me. If I refer to anybody, as far as relatives go, if I refer to anybody without a prefix, so things like half biological, so on and so forth, those are the people I grew up with. That is, or the people that raised me, the family that raised me. If there is a prefix in front of whoever that person is, so birth, biological, half, so on and so forth, those are the people that I am biologically related to. And actually that is the part I left out, is for the biography information, is 4 years ago this month I did go through with my reunion. So we've come full circle, and the goal of today's episode is to more or less give you adoptees out there that are thinking about reuniting, or potential adoptive parents or birth parents who are in the process, something to think about. And this is our attempt to give you a perspective on somebody that's gone full circle and maybe answer some questions you have yourself. So
Yeah.
But yeah, with that, I wanted to give a short biography, a short description as to, going forward, who, when I talk about somebody, who I'm talking about,
Mm-hmm.
because it does get confusing. And yeah, so yeah, we have some questions.
Yeah, me and
Mhm.
DJ both
Yeah.
have some questions. I don't think Aaron had any.
Yeah, I'll ask a question first. If I can remember the fucking.
Well, can we get like a rundown of the characters in your story really fast?
The characters.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Okay, yeah, so which characters?
You know, like your like names that you're going to be talking about. So like your family that raised
Sure,
you,
sure,
your
sure.
birth family.
Yeah, so I was raised by Stephen Luann. That's my mom and dad, and they adopted me in their early 30s. And it's my joke is I'm either 10 years older or 10 years younger than I should be, depending on the room I'm in. And I kid, but it's honestly the truth. More or less, basically, yeah. When I was born and where I was born and where I was adopted, I missed everybody's 20s.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of older and kind of younger than I should be at the same time, but whatever. And then yeah, I my brother that I grew up with, and feel almost guilty about that because he's still around. We're still family. But yeah, my brother Nick, and he we're 3 years apart. And then I was born to Barb and Brian, and I was I was only born a county away from where I grew up.
Oh.
And everything. Yeah. So grow up and you get your driver's license, and at least being a guy, and you start wondering, like, I wonder if I've ever flipped off a relative in traffic. And there's just no
That's
way.
a
And
really
there's
interesting thing to think
There's
about.
no way to ever know.
Yeah, I feel like your questions were a little bit different than maybe other kids' questions.
Yeah.
growing
Yeah.
up.
Well,
There's no surprise.
Well, so I was hoping this would come up naturally, but the main question a young man has, especially like around the dating time, is
Oh my god.
who are your parents?
Oh yeah.
How
Oh
old are
my
your parents?
goodness.
Mm.
So like
I
okay,
can see
so
that.
so I went to a school that was very like a very specific community based school, I would say. I don't want to like give away any information or like be talking shit or anything.
Don't dox the school.
Yeah. Well, I
Mhm.
don't want people to think I'm like talking shit, but a lot of people who went to my school were related. And they wouldn't find out about it until
yeah.
they had already been dating. And then they would
Oh,
like
yeah.
they would like meet each other's parents and they would be
Mm-mm.
like,
Yeah.
hey, sweetie,
Y'all
your
are
dad and I
cousins.
have to tell you something. and it happened
God damn it.
it
dude.
happened all the time
Yep.
at my school.
Just
so
making the connection, being like,
Yes.
fuck.
yes. Yep.
Fuck
No,
me.
my church growing up had a lot of those stories
Yeah.
that I found out about when I was older.
Your church growing up was also part of the community that
Oh,
I
yeah.
went to school with. So
Mhm,
yes,
mhm.
yeah.
Keeping it in the family.
Yeah.
Keeping
So
it biblical.
so spoiler alert, I have never slept with a relative. So score one, Ben.
Good for you.
I guess
We'll
like,
take that.
that kind of leads into a question I have is, I guess, when did you find...
Okay, for those that are watching this, they just saw my face. How was that a segue? Carry on. I'm sorry.
I'm just trying to keep it pushing here.
You got it, dude. Carry on.
God damn it.
the tick is clocking or whatever the hell he
The
said.
tick is the tick is
The talk is clicking.
the
I'm
talk is
hanging on to
clicking.
the subject while
The
you
talk
guys
is
rant
clicking.
on jokes. That's what I'm referring to.
Uh,
God
Sorry.
damn it.
You're the
Oh.
Aaron for the episode.
Continue.
Yeah, how's it feel,
Because
Deej?
I will forget if I don't hold on to it. God damn
Oh,
it.
okay.
When did you start finding out about you being adopted? When did you start having questions
did your-
about like
did your
your
parents-
nationality, all that stuff, like who you were?
Were they like really open with you about it from the beginning?
Oh, very, very. I knew I was adopted pretty much before I knew what the word really meant.
Okay.
And it was about, I always say about 8 years old. It's an estimate, but it's a conservative one.
I love that scene in Easy A. Have you guys seen Easy A with Emma Stone?
Yeah. I've seen
There's
that.
this. So Stanley Tucci plays her dad, and then she has a little brother who's black.
Oh, I've seen parts of this.
And
yes.
there's this scene where
Yeah.
he's like, the mom is like, "Oh, we're a family of late bloomers or whatever," and then they say something to the kid, and he's like, "Yeah, but that doesn't apply to me because I'm adopted." And Stanley Tucci's like, "Who told you?"
He gets like it looks like he's really
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. And no, it's we actually had a lot of that in my family. But yeah, it was about 8 years old where I'm more or less like I started understanding that sections of my family really looked like each other and we don't. And like, oh, okay, this is what it means to come from from somewhere else.
Mm.
Yeah, and then what was the second half of the?
Basically, like, when did you start like wondering about like your nationality, like your actual identity? Like, how does that come across?
like where you
because
came from
because
and
like
all that.
for me, like I can associate a lot of what I am from being Italian and being Mexican and Irish, or like just knowing some of like where my family came from. It's almost like just instilled in you.
it kind of becomes
Yeah.
part of your personality because you grow up, with those influences.
Yeah, it's almost like a lot of families are really proud
Yeah.
of their last name.
No,
Not
absolutely.
saying all of them
No,
are,
absolutely.
but
It's well, I'm proud of my last name, and it's not, and obviously it's not genetically tied to me or anything, but it was the key to everything I've experienced in this life.
yeah.
Because it could have been, I'll tell you this, and then I'll circle back. My a friend of mine, I won't say his name. I don't want to put his business out there, but a friend of mine I ended up growing up with, his parents and my parents met each other before we did, and in school years later, because we're both adopted, and
wow.
we came from the same agency.
Mhm.
So it's when it's
The CIA.
the same adoption agency,
Yeah.
I'm on to you.
the same lab, and so
you're on to John. DJ's
Yeah.
on to you.
So I could have it's right there. I know there was another family looking at the exact same time, in the exact same town
Mm.
and everything.
Wow.
So
Where
you could have ended up with that family.
and
Interesting.
thousands more. I could have gone to a different state, a different town, I'm very proud of my last name because it's, again, the doorway to everything I've experienced.
Yeah.
It's, like for most kids, okay, you're born and your parents happen to move, right? Because a job opened up like right about the time. So now, okay, you're never going to go to that school, right? That you would have or whatever. And it is life changing. But for us on this side of things, not to over exaggerate it or anything, but it's your name changes, literally your family's is going to change, all of your experiences, your entire life changes.
Yeah.
And it's just down to where you land. And it's definitely one of the reasons I get as nostalgic as I do. And for people who've
Yeah.
listened to us at all know that we all get nostalgic, but half the reason I get so nostalgic is because I didn't have to have that childhood.
Yeah.
I was lucky enough to have that childhood.
I tell that to my cat all the time. I'm like, you could have been an outdoor cat. You're lucky I'm your mom.
Oh yes, Ben.
Yeah.
You could have been an outdoor
I
Ben.
could have been an outdoor
You
boy.
could have been an outdoor cat.
No, that makes
But,
that makes sense. Like I said, when you're a kid, I guess you're trying to grasp onto some type of identity of who you are and who you want to be,
Well,
and you get a lot of influence from.
and
you know.
that's the other part I wanted to circle back to is, and I know what you mean by identity. I know
Mhm.
what you mean. That was never a problem for me.
Yeah.
It's I'm Ben.
Yeah.
I was gonna be, and honestly, the whole nurture versus nature debate is more undecided in me than it was before I reunited because I have no idea what's going on
They
in here.
always do, like, anytime there's like a nature
Twins.
versus nurture study, they do
Mhm.
like adoptees and they do like twins.
Yeah.
I just had an image of you like shooting like pregnancy out the womb, like Yosemite Sam with the pistol.
Full beard.
Just like full
So-
beard, just like blasting your way out. Like
So I was giving you shit about the identifying information thing because I was gonna bring it up, but I was born Thanksgiving, 86, and I am very proud that my first act on this earth was I ruined Thanksgiving simply by showing up.
Nothing has changed.
Yep.
He comes out of the womb and he's like, the pilgrims gave the Indians smallpox.
I was there.
I came
his-
out where like
That was his first sentence.
like I don't trust the government.
You're giving me the state.
And I would like some applesauce, please.
God, I just got a question for the next podcast. I gotta write this down.
But yeah, as far as identity goes, I mean, it's I think a good chunk of all of us is just who we're going to be anyway. Whether that's a 50-50, a 60-40, 70-30, who knows? That might be person to person.
Yeah, because you could have a lot of step parents. You could have a lot of different stepdads over the years. People grow up all different types of situations. It doesn't even have to be
Yep.
orphanage. Like I was fortunate enough. It might have been crazy, but
I wasn't in an orphanage.
Well, you know what I'm trying to say, an orphan situation. But like both my parents were in the household, so it was always
No, right. Just
Always
orphans
that,
don't have parents. I have plural.
Just
I'm-
rubbing it in.
I'm right here, guys. I'm right here.
I didn't even think about it.
At least wait till I leave.
You guys rode together.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah. So again, the identity one, I don't want to spend all day on it because it gets very complicated, and what have you, and very nuanced and what have you. But yeah, I never had like I'm me.
Yeah, I don't
Just
actually
plain and-
see you struggling to.
No.
No,
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, like it, like
If
like I
anybody
said,
knows who they are, it's Ben.
It's like, you know how they talk about like when a kid actually gets like that realization that he is a person and other people have lives.
They like
you
gain
know?
sentience.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
gain
Yeah.
sentience. Like Ben, it just like swooped and he was like, I'm Ben.
Yep.
Yeah.
Honest to God.
He was born
Honest to God.
sentient.
And when I went back, yeah, some of those genes are strong.
Yeah.
And again, and that's why the
That was like one of my questions. So like you look like your biological family,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah, I got my biological mother's face.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
And, like,
hard.
I've never met your biological family, but I have seen pictures, and yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Was
from,
that so strange?
so? Well, that one didn't creep up, or I'm sorry, that one wasn't out of the blue. That I was basically sent with a packet, essentially. With
Instructions?
yes, oh yeah, and put in front of C-SPAN and
Learn the Constitution.
Yeah.
give caffeine.
Set him
Don't-
down with a monster.
Don't trust the government.
It was Surge back then.
Set him down with a
dude,
surge.
Surge
Yeah.
is so good. Anyways.
But no, I was like sent with basically a packet. I was sent with a lot more than a lot of kids got, and I was sent with a letter and 2 pictures, and that was the other like driving thing of like, yeah, I mean, it was years later after my realization or whatever you want to call it. But as to like how much the different portions of the family looked alike and everything, but basically I had a letter that was sent with me that explained everything as much as it could from my biological mother, and then
It was a coded letter. Ben
He had
just
to
eats it,
decipher it.
afterwards.
This letter will
Oh.
self-destruct.
I was gonna say it's self-destructed.
That's that thing with Ron Swanson where it's like his will is like
Yeah.
what are these symbols at the bottom of your will? The man who whatever kills people understand what this is.
And then 2 pictures of
Okay.
her and whatnot, and it was one of them is very like, I mean, this is all her.
Oh
Yeah.
wow,
Yeah, from the mouth up.
that's got to be crazy to
Yeah.
see.
Oh, it is. Well, when you've never seen anybody that looked like you,
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, that's weird.
and whatnot, and then
Mhm.
you see the picture and everything, and I mean, I'm a man. I got no problem admitting it. I bawled the rest of the day.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And everything, and that was probably one of the most emotional experiences of my life. Followed by the second, years later, but yeah. So, yeah. What was there a second part to what you were saying?
No, I was just asking
trailed off.
if it was weird looking at, pictures of your mom or like seeing her in person and realizing that you looked exactly like her.
So the weird part, and also for the listeners at home, there is no order to any of this, so we're going to be going back and forth. But the weirdest part was actually the reunion side. There's a word for what I experienced, and it's called auditory exclusion. Where, and we can get into what led up to it a little later on, but where the place I met her, and I don't think I want to say where it was, just because I don't want to accidentally dox her, because there's only so many places
Yeah.
down there. But yeah, when I walked into the building, my ears just stopped working, essentially, and I was just it's the one time it's ever happened.
Like
to me in my life.
everybody's ears stopped working when you faced away from the microphone just now.
Yeah. But yeah, my ears basically just stopped working, and like I was just solely a visual creature for
Like in the movies where something intense happens and
Yeah.
like the sound fades out.
yeah, and it's because I'm just looking for a face.
Yeah.
I'm literally just looking for a face, and it's called auditory exclusion. And yeah, it's the one time it's ever happened to me. But yeah, it was otherworldly. But I was basically looking for half of my face
Mm-hmm.
in a crowd of people, and then it was staring back at me.
That's so strange.
It's just another you like hiding, trying to look for you.
I know.
Just like,
I don't know why this reminded your mom in a ghillie suit. But
Yeah, your mom.
just judging.
Yes.
Both in a scope.
What's your name? What's your name?
Like you both
Fantastic.
don't trust each other.
Yeah,
like
Oh,
as
yeah,
soon
she's
as
yeah.
exactly. She
Hilarious.
is exactly as suspicious as I am.
That is
Oh,
so
that's-
funny to me.
Exactly.
awesome.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
They're both just looking at each other like,
Who sent you?
You have
We bo-
documentation.
We both had we both had
Can I see your
shotgun.
ID?
We both had
No.
we both had shotguns under the table. And you seen Desperado?
Of
Yeah.
course. By the way, I don't know why I just thought about this would be hilarious, but like if you can convince your mom for next Halloween to dress up as you, give her a beard.
that would be hilarious.
I would say other than her hair, we would be twins.
That's so funny.
Honestly,
Yeah,
yeah, her nose is a little different.
That's
That's
so wild.
about it.
I look
Hmm.
nothing like my mom.
that is a lie and a half.
What?
Yeah,
You
you're-
look just like your mother.
No, I do not.
Yes, the fuck you do.
Okay. What's weird is I never heard that my entire life growing up until she died.
Hmm.
And then after she died, everyone was like, "Oh, you look exactly like your mother." And I'm like, "What are you talking about?"
I'm sorry, that's never randomly mentioned it to you, but I've always
No,
thought
like,
that.
my mom, I don't think I look like she. Okay. My mom was white as hell looking, and she had like freckles, and she had like this like very tiny little upturned button nose, and she had green eyes, and like I look nothing like my mother.
Your faces are shaped the exact same.
Well,
should-
having seen pictures of both parents of Randy's, she is probably the most 50-50 person I've seen.
I think I look more like my biological father.
I've never seen a picture of your father. I don't
I'll
think.
have I'll have to show
I
you.
truly think she's like the most accurate 50-50 blend of two people
Debatable.
that I've seen.
Debatable.
Sorry, you raised my frothy dander with that shit. Like,
He's up now. Yeah, he's up.
Like the
You,
Well, I
you awoken him from his lavender slumber.
Like, Ben, hold on. We got
I
questions
smell
for Randy now.
although I disagree, I will take it as a compliment because my mom was very beautiful.
Mhm.
So
So,
So
anyways,
what
what's
else?
next?
anyway, yeah, as
So-
is your mom.
So I would say whichever.
Yeah. So, what about like maybe some bad stigmas you've grown up with, or things maybe you would like to see corrected that people have assumptions about adoption?
Assumptions is a little tough.
Follow up question to that point
Mhm.
is like, what's kind of like the first reaction people have when you tell them that you're adopted? Is it good or bad?
Depends what age you are. If you're young, people think that you're messing with them. And well,
I
no,
can see that.
honest to God, well, because also
see
if
that.
you think so, adoption is probably, and I'm not saying this as a negative, just as an observation, but adoption is probably in the top 5 most overused literary devices on the planet.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it's books, movies, TV shows, this, that, and the other, like,
Anytime a show or a movie or something needs a plot twist, they're like,
anytime they need a
"You're
long lost
adopted."
relative. So yeah, when you're young, a lot of people, I mean, usually your peers, not necessarily adults, but probably some adults too, think that you're messing with them. But then you're a kid like me, and you do mess with people, and it also happens to be true. Nobody knows what's going on. I told my entire 3rd grade class I was left at a dog pound, and that's how they found me.
Your whole life is a
And-
coup.
I love that. I
And
love that lore.
no, my mom got asked about it at the next
Oh.
parent teacher conference.
Oh no.
Sensational.
And well, what's even better was
Like, why
actually
are you telling people?
when I actually met my birth mother, one of her first questions to me was, "How did I feel about all of this?" I'll get back to, but just this comes around here.
I thought you were gonna say one of her first questions was, "How did you get out of the dog pound?"
And but how do you feel about what happened, what I
Mm-hmm.
with you and
Well,
everything.
yeah, that's. I mean,
And it's a big thing. She's
I
been
would-
laying on a grenade for
Yeah.
35 years.
if
And-
I was in her situation, my first concern would be like, is my kid miserable? Does he hate me for this? Like,
Mhm.
what?
No, and it's legitimate, and a lot of people do worry about that
Yeah.
legitimately. And I told her, I was like, I'm gonna answer that question with a joke, and then I told her that joke, and and everything was fine.
Aw, that's
Oh,
good.
yeah.
Because that has been my attitude my whole life. It's not that it's something to be joked about. It's something that I love, that I get to say.
Yeah.
that I am and that I experience and whatnot. And it's something that I've always, well, I can't say I've always been, but I've usually been the only adopted person around. So I like to crack jokes about it, and it's probably subconsciously just a way to make people ask me about it, so they know more about the subject.
Mm.
If I had to venture a guess, but also it's just something that I get to joke about because I've been thinking about it my whole life, and usually people don't have jokes about it. So
Yeah.
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 We
Um,
cope with humor around here.
yeah,
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
and but no, it's something that's unique to me, and I love it, and what have you. So I've always had jokes about it. But yeah, and so yeah, that was the third sentence I ever said to my biological mother was that I told everybody I came from a dog pound.
That's so funny.
And yeah, she laughed. It could have been over
Love
right then
that.
and there.
I love
But
that.
and then I'm sorry, DJ, what was
Just like if there was any like
stigmas and what
bad stigmas or anything when you
Um,
were growing up, things that you were just I wish people didn't fucking think like that.
So
You know?
yeah, a lot of people, again, they sometimes won't believe you and everything, think you're screwing around with them based on age and what have you. Sometimes not based on age, but one thing that really does need to go away is the term real. So the number one thing I got asked all the time growing up
Oh, like your
is
real parents
your real
versus
parents.
your
Mm.
okay. Yeah.
Or do you live with your real parents, or first off, did you miss the part where I said I'm adopted? Like that means I went somewhere,
I
you
feel-
jackass. But
I feel like
Um,
that was kind of a term of the time though, because I remember that kind of being the way that everybody referred to my biological father when I was younger.
yes,
Like there was my stepdad and then there was my real dad. And then it kind of changed as I got older, the way that people would reference that. And I think that kind of term was of the time, and I think it's gotten better over the years.
there's an element of that, but then there's also just the fact that there are more step siblings and step spouses, or not step spouses, step parents,
Mm-hmm.
than there are usually adoptees and adoptives.
Yeah.
And everything. So it's the the lexicon, I guess, reflects that.
Yeah.
And everything. So when people are typically interact with somebody that was adopted, or well, really just the adoptee, but for the first time, it's the only time they've ever, it's the first time a lot of the times and everything. So they don't necessarily have I've never had a chip on my shoulder about it. It's just an annoyance. But they don't have a better word because they don't know the words,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
more or less.
They
But
just
yeah,
don't really know any better.
yeah, but even though I was kind of even tempered about it, it's always gotten under my skin because no matter what until adulthood, I always had to correct it. So it's why I have a mom and dad, I have a biological father, a biological mother, I have biological siblings, I have my brother.
Mm-hmm.
My brother I grew up with. My brother, me and him share a name, which again, I already said how I feel about names.
How many houses do you have to go to on the holidays?
Oh
now?
my God, dude. It's like dating somebody while being single.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
God,
So
that's
like,
rough.
yeah, if I ever end up in a relationship again,
Ladies.
Yeah, that was like one of my worst realizations growing up was like when you start dating people was like, I got to leave my house on Thanksgiving.
yeah.
Mhm.
What?
So,
Like, oh yeah, we're doing dinner at 2 there. Like, wait.
so
Like, pardon?
I have my parents to see, and yeah, I have my parents to see, my grandfather to see, which I mean, usually that gets taken care of at one time, and this goes for Christmas as well. And then you have, the biological mother, and then the biological father, and then the biological grandparents that are still around. Which includes my biological aunt that lives there. She's disabled, my Aunt Jamie, and so she's over there, and then that also possibly includes my biological cousin Sadie, because she usually comes around for one of those holidays up from Indy and what have you, and yeah, I'm
Yeah.
still not done. I'm still not done meeting people.
So is it mainly so far been the Midwest region everybody's been from, or have you been discovering like kind of all over the place?
No, they all originate from Valpo. That's where I was born.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, so they all originate from Valpo, and some of them have spread out. So I got some relatives, 2 that I've met, 1 that I haven't yet down in Louisiana.
Okay.
And what have you, but otherwise, there's a biological uncle on the paternal side, that I don't remember where they came from. They might have been they're out of town, but they might have been out of state too. I cannot remember. I've only met them once
Yeah.
so far.
Have you done a lot of digging into like the lineage of that side of your family?
Not a ton. It's really just most of your time is spent catching up, telling people where you've been, what's been going on while I was gone.
Hey, kid,
Working.
where you been?
Yeah, and nothing ever prepares you for walking into a room, hearing a bunch of people say, "We've been waiting for you."
That's weird.
Yeah.
See, the more you tell
Sounds
me your
ominous.
story, the more I believe you are in some type of CIA or some.
And well, when you're gone 35 years, and the last time they saw you, you were a baby.
Yeah.
You went from this big to 5'8".
You went from a tiny baby with a beard to a full-grown man with a beard.
And slightly angrier.
Somehow.
And but no, I mean, actually, so on the biological mother's side, like I have a family crest.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so that was cool
Family
to find out.
crest.
So that kind of leads to what we were talking about earlier. You had a question about that.
Yeah, like the 23andMe.
Yeah.
What are your views on doing stuff like that?
It's the devil. It's the devil. How the hell that they caught that Golden State Killer, which good, thank God they caught him. Don't get me wrong. But the fact that they caught the serial killer by going to that database and that doesn't send red flags to everybody that they're watching it. And then
Ben just wants to be able to kill people and get away with it.
and then it just got bought up by BlackRock, Blackstone, Black whatever the fuck.
Yes.
Yeah.
BlackRock.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
That is a little
Concerning.
Yeah, a little
concerning.
sketch.
Yeah.
Little sketch.
Yeah.
Well, it's too late for me, so.
The
Yeah.
three company
Well-
one of the three
Yeah.
companies in a trench coat that makes up the United States.
Well,
Yeah.
see though, here's the thing though. The one time I hold criticism back is for Black Americans,
Hmm.
because there's no way for you guys to know
Not even a little bit now.
what that pie chart of ethnicities.
Yeah, it turns out they didn't write shit down
You
for
know.
my people.
Right. So it's like that one, I get it. I still don't advise it, but I get it.
I feel like if the government
very
wants
confusing.
my DNA, they're gonna get it anyway.
Yeah, I'm gonna make them fucking work for it.
Hell yeah, you
I'm not
are.
gonna give it to them.
I mean,
Yeah,
I
actually,
don't know.
I did the Ancestry. It was on sale, and
Hell yeah.
but yeah, like I was always told in my family that we were math wise, I should be a little over a quarter Native American.
You
Mhm.
know, my biological father always told me when I was little, before he disappeared off the face of the planet, that he was half Native American. And I don't know if he was telling the truth. And that's really the only reason that I want to do 23andMe or like Ancestry or whatever, because I want to know if that's true.
Yeah,
So
There's got to be a way to like have it done at home and not
Well,
send your
see,
results.
that's what I was thinking. 'Cause I was going through the elders of my family, the record keepers, if you will, of the family. Like, oh yeah, well here's your great aunt. She is 100% Native American. All right, cool. Let's do some math.
Mm.
Great aunt, great grandmother, sisters. Okay, cool. Should be the same thing, but they're not.
So they're half siblings or something.
Apparently
Yeah.
so. Nobody knows how.
yeah.
So if it trickles down, okay, I should be at least a quarter. Yeah, not even a little bit. I am a quarter European.
Oh, okay.
Mostly
Uh-oh.
Scottish, actually.
An aristocrat.
Ruh-roh.
Yeah, mostly Scott. It explains my love of whiskey and kilts, though.
Yeah,
So
there we go.
Sure,
There-
yeah.
But yeah, my biological mother, same exact thing. We actually just talked about it the other day because she had somebody. It came up in conversation, and it's actually the reverse. A biological parent looking for their child.
I see
who's
that on
30
Facebook
now,
all the time.
and it can be done. I just don't know what that side of things looks like. And he was asking her, and did you guys do the DNA thing? And she even said, hell no. And she said that's how I know the right one came back.
That is a
And,
statement.
yeah, and everything, because we're eye to eye on that, and what have you. But yeah, it's
there are so many families that have been just absolutely
destroyed.
torn to shreds because of stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because of like 23andMe.
Well,
Statistically, you do better than 23andMe.
also,
You know,
Huh?
statistically, you've done better than
Yes.
23andMe.
dude, I'm the luckiest man on the planet, and
Yeah.
I'll say it to my dying day. luckiest man on the planet.
You got to start your own app. It'll be called Ben and Me, and you just help people find their.
I don't think people are going to go there for what you think.
No. Sounds like a making ancestry.
DNA will be swapped.
That's how it starts a cult.
Okay, I'm gonna shut up now. Go ahead.
Well, what else? What else?
I got a really
Outta here.
funny question.
I'm concerned.
So, if you were to write your own adoption profile,
Oh God!
like if you were to
okay.
be adopted, and I don't know if I
You
should say like
put
young
yourself
you
up
should
for
be
adoption.
adopted, or
pick
you
me,
now,
pick me.
or what would it say, and what are your top 3 qualities and your top 3 worst qualities?
You're basically just asking him what his Tinder profile says.
So, 38-year-old Ben or infant Ben?
That's a good
The
question.
answers are going to be close, but
Yeah, let's do both because now I'm interested.
I mean, I think we've already established that he's the exact same person he was coming out of the womb, so I don't think it matters.
Mhm.
housebroken early.
Oh yes, hence the dog.
Like if someone is gonna open your thing that says, "Okay, you get to adopt Ben. Here's some things you should know about
Like those
Ben."
Well,
little,
the
those little
fir-
cards that they put on the dogs for adoption. They put a little card. And it's like friendly with other dogs.
Yeah,
He is not.
Loves to walk around the park.
First thing anybody should know adopting that child is that he is going to grow to have red hair, and people are going to wonder why genetically
Where it comes from.
how did this happen?
Mhm.
And yeah, because it was copper back in the day,
Aw.
and
Young Ben.
and yeah, causes trouble and breaks things. Yeah, and somehow not himself. Knock on wood. I still haven't broken a bone, even though I
wow.
should have many
He
many
may
many
wiretap
times.
your phones.
He will set up a security system in your home by age 10.
Yes, yes, you're kidding, but I did that.
That's
Mouse traps and fishing lines. That is a
Have you seen Home
inexpensive.
Alone?
That is an inexpensive and very effective alarm system. Mousetrap and fishing line.
It's like we say these things in jest, and then they turn out to be true.
Now you gotta use a small diameter nail for the mouse trap because you want it to slip out when the thing slaps.
Mm-hmm.
And everything, so it's audible. Otherwise, they'll get bound up and rip the line off.
You did not disappoint.
This
Nope.
And it's the same, right? You said for young men.
yeah, just more guns.
Yeah.
More-
That's
Wait,
even-
wait, the young or the old?
Okay,
The
so now,
old. I have money.
that's funny because back in the day, you said you could adopt people when they're any age.
Yeah.
So, like, let's say they fucking just randomly like, "Hey Ben, you're adopted again." I'm getting rid of you. You know,
Like he's just still in the system somehow.
Yeah.
we've been thinking about it. Like,
I haven't aged out for the last 20 years.
Oh man.
That's why I say we should all be thankful we're sitting here.
There's
If you were to have kids in the future, would you consider adoption? Would that be something that you would be interested in?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It's yeah, even as a single parent, I think about it every single day,
Mm-hmm.
honestly. And
Is it
'cause-
like versus having your own children at all, or is it like you're only considering?
well, I got
both?
that two to tango.
yeah.
So
Yeah, you're kind of missing out the equation at the
yeah,
moment.
yeah. So thanks for rubbing it in, but
Hey, we got to hear about your extra families all the damn time.
Yeah,
all right?
exactly.
I'm
Shut
talking
up.
to him. But no, I think about that kind of stuff, all the time. Especially because I was so lucky, I got, scooped up like that. I mean, literally, I think, if I remember, I think I was born in November. I think I was placed in December, if not January.
Mm.
The very next, and then when I said I was adopted, in '87, it's I'm talking about the end, like the end of the process and
Mhm.
everything. So I was somewhere else a few months later already, and then they would wrap up the the proceedings, obviously, like towards the end of '87. But that being said, there are more sibling groups in the system than there should be.
Oh.
There are more aged out kids in the system than should be. And yeah, if I was in that kind of position, if I were a lottery winner, I would not be able to do this podcast anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's put it that way.
Yeah, there's I mean, so
Teach
many
them
things.
how to podcast.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have an army.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
The Ben's Kids podcast.
Oh,
But,
jeez.
yeah, no, that-
Required Taste Junior.
No, if I was,
I just feel like a little pellet on my leg. It's a little Ben with a BB gun.
but yeah, no, that's something that's yeah. If I really do like age out of having my own kids, then that is something I will consider more and more
Well, you're a
as
man,
life
so-
goes on.
not as much of a problem for you.
Well, whatever my age is corresponds with the age of the partner and
Hopefully,
we
but
hope
it
for
doesn't
y'all.
happen.
you know
I mean, we have a mutual friend that you've known for forever whose dad was 61 when he was born.
that. I mean, that's true too.
So look how he turned out.
Yeah, they could have given him up.
And should have. We could.
Do we? But anyway, what else we got?
That's kind of it. I guess I don't want to get into it too much, but like,
Oh, we're here.
'cause
We're
you-
here for the people, man. I'm an open book.
You were very fortunate, as you said, in this situation. How we were able to get just catered to a really good family
Mhm.
right off the bat. And in a lot of situations, I imagine that's not the case, and there's a lot of trial and error and things that go wrong and paperwork and just so many variables. It's like there's a lot of reform that needs to happen
Yeah.
there,
Well-
as
Yeah.
with a lot of things.
Yeah,
you know?
and I mean it's going that way, but being an infant is what helps.
Mhm.
That's what helps you speed through. If somebody enters the system as a toddler or older or whatever, they're gonna have a hard time getting picked up because people want babies, and it's it's understandable, but
Can I ask your opinion on I don't know if I'm sure you've heard of it. The story about the influencers who adopted their child and he was autistic and
Mhm.
he had a lot of behavioral challenges and they rehomed him.
yeah,
Yep.
no,
Yeah, I heard that
it's-
story.
pieces
Yeah.
of shit.
Yeah.
Even without the autism thing,
Yeah.
being the catalyst for it, you're still, so, oh god, I don't even know how to say this. It's not something that you should be able to redo. Like once you're a parent, you're a parent.
Yeah.
And just like I would tell other adoptive parents who have, or I'm sorry, not other adoptive parents, but people thinking about being adoptive parents and worried that the kid, we might get a kid that acts out and hates us because we're not his quote unquote real parents and blah blah blah. And I always say like that kid was going to have a problem with their parental figure
Yeah.
no matter what. Like,
Yeah.
because that's just the way they're wired, and that's fine. That's the way they're going to grow up, and it's potentially it's going to be a thing that they grow out of. Everybody has that thing that happens to them in their teenage years. Everybody's thing is different, but anyway. And then it's the that's the reverse of what we're talking about. So just because they're having a problem, you don't get to nope out of that.
hmm
Same thing here.
Yeah.
And
He
everything.
was
It's-
little too. He was like what?
Yeah, he was
3?
yeah,
right.
no, you made a commitment.
Yeah.
Well, they
Yeah.
knew about the
Yes.
child having developmental issues before they even adopted the kid too.
Mhm.
Yep.
So,
So
they
they-
went in.
They knew
knowing.
what they were getting into, but I think they didn't realize how difficult
work
it
it
was going
takes.
to be. But that's like if you birth a child, it's the same thing. Like if you have a child that has developmental problems or, behavioral problems, if you birthed that child, I mean, I guess you can give them up for adoption, but like I don't know. I feel like it's like that child is your child regardless.
If you don't have the skills, like if you take an honest inward inventory and you just do not have the skills necessary, I get it.
That's what they claimed.
No, the
They-
natural
Oh,
birth,
yeah,
the
yeah, yeah, yeah.
biological scenario you posed.
Yeah.
I get it, but even if without that,
Mhm.
it's still just a dick move.
I think it's a dick move too, because I feel like you have to be prepared for any type of scenario when you are making the decision to adopt.
Having a kid, adopting a kid,
Yeah.
it's you get what you get.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And then on that frame of mind a little bit, the other thing I'll mention, I got tons to mention, but the other thing I'll mention is going back to one thing that you were asking earlier, and I didn't think about it at the time. But if you do adopt, and if you haven't yet, well, even if you did, if you do adopt, or have in the past, don't not tell the kid, because
That's traumatizing.
yeah, well, it is, and it's they're gonna figure it out,
Mhm.
eventually. I mean, it's maybe 1 in 10 don't, but they're gonna figure it out eventually,
So
and
I guess maybe the misguided thought process behind that would be like, we don't want them to feel different growing up. We don't want them to feel like they're not our biological child.
there's that, but there's also just insecurities also
yeah.
where if where somebody thinks if they tell them they won't love them as much,
Uh-huh.
and I'm sitting here telling you that it doesn't matter. It's my mom and dad or my mom and dad, and they
Mhm.
always have been, always will be.
Yeah.
Until the grave takes us all. But
Yeah. Probably as long as you like treat your kids well, as
Yeah,
long as you're
yeah.
like a decent parent.
And-
I think even if it's like a situation where maybe your biological parents were very bad people, you still have every right to know,
oh yeah,
Yes,
no. So
yes, for
the
sure.
information about it, or at least have the direction to where you can look for yourself.
yeah,
you
so
know?
I'll touch on that because I'll just say it from my perspective because I don't want to put anybody's stuff out there. Obviously, I'm very involved. But no matter what, I stress people go and find where they came from, and you don't have to have a relationship. You don't have to you don't have to do anything. But the main thing is there are people out there that most likely, again, there's that 1 in 10, it's probably not even 1 in 10, but there's that minority where they're awful people and you're just better off. But I would say majority of the time you're better off knowing where you came from and what your life could have been. I think that's actually maybe not the more important part, but the more salient point that will arrive to you, weeks later, after the surrealness of it kind of wears off, but at least did for me. And
Yeah. Is it? Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think I remember you telling me this a while ago. That's why you never drank, or you just been sober the whole time. Was it had something to do with your biological lineage? You weren't aware if there was any alcoholism, or am I thinking of somebody else that was telling
No,
me this?
That's
No,
what-
you've mentioned it
that's
before.
what
I
I
don't think
heard,
that was
too.
like I don't think that was your main reason for it, but
oh
you
yeah,
definitely said it before.
it wasn't my main.
That's what someone told me. It wasn't you who told me, but I remember asking when I first met you. I asked someone else, I forget who, why you don't drink, and that's what they told me.
Yeah, it wasn't like a main thing or anything. And I mean, really, the chief thing about drinking and everything is I just was never interested
Okay.
ever. But you go to some family outings, and when you growing up, and also the Brickyard 400. I'll never forget that. That was the first time I learned what drunk was. And whatnot. And it's like, well, I don't know what's in my history and everything, and as far as drinking and whatnot. So it's just something I never touched. But somehow I still picked up smoking. But again, genetically, most of the people I'm related to smoke.
Smoking is nice because it kills you, but on your terms.
Yeah.
You know?
Mhm.
On my timeline.
Yeah.
Well, Not necessarily true.
I mean,
I did quit. But
yeah.
but well, actually, that's another good one. I did crack recently on it because it was like 7 years without a smoke.
Mhm.
And I was at my birth mom's. I forget what the hell was going on. It was over the summer, and it was before I switched jobs, and I was just mad all weekend. Something had happened at the previous job, and I was just mad all weekend. and her purse is there, and and that's the other funny thing is we smoked the same brand. The only difference was
wow.
she smokes hundreds. I didn't. I smoked regular. And her purse is right there, and I just go in and I grab one. She goes, "What are you doing?" And I said, "Giving you an experience you missed out on in my teenage years." And
Do you grab a $5 bill while you're in there?
lifting a smoke from the purse,
Mm.
and what have you. But I forget what I was saying. Oh, and yeah, tell the kid they're adopted. That was the main thing I was getting at earlier with that one. Is just like, don't ruin something noble by being insecure. Like, just be a parent.
Yeah.
Tell them
By trying to be noble, you know.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
I remember reading a thing about like someone was talking about like they were adopted and their sibling was not adopted.
Yeah.
And so like their sibling would like banter and like fight with their sibling, and their sibling would always come at them and be like, "Well, you're adopted." And then they would be like, "Well, yeah, our parents picked me. They got stuck with you."
Yeah, that was like that would never work on me and my brother because we'd be like, we're adopted. Like, I fucking wish. Like, what the fuck?
So me and my brother.
Really, can we be?
Yeah, is that an option?
What's funny is me and my brother, we did the same thing. And and everything, and it always ended with, "You're adopted too." And my dad would actually it's hilarious in hindsight. Well, it was hilarious then. And he would like to tell me that there's 3 years between me and my brother, and I'm the older, and I grew up as two of us. I'm an only child in one of the families, and then I'm the oldest of 4 in another. It's crazy.
God damn it, man.
wild.
Yeah. And
Stop that.
and my dad would like to point out that they paid more for Nick. And I would and I would tell
Oh
him,
my god.
and I would tell him, "Dad, I'm old enough to know how inflation works." And,
That's so funny.
I love that so much.
yeah, it was. It was great. It's fantastic. I love it. It's one of my favorite things about myself. And
Yeah, and that's like cool that you were able to have that. Like, it's like everybody was kind of like that with you.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, it's because that's
Well-
Versus being like really weird and sketchy about it and
Well,
have it be like a thing that you don't talk about.
Yeah.
well, and part of it is that I going back to identity earlier. I
Mhm.
made it part of my identity.
yeah.
And whereas my brother, he doesn't care so much. It's just not a big deal for him. It's just a matter of fact. You know, it's just, I came
Yeah.
from somewhere else. This is my family. That's it.
You're,
Me.
you're definitely one of like the handful of people I know that is authentically you, no matter where or who you're around.
That's true.
Like no matter what, you know. And I only know
That
a
should be a
few
warning
people
label.
where it's like around your grandmother, someone else's grandmother, your
Mhm.
church, you are always going to be Ben.
Yeah.
you know.
No, it's no, it's baked in. And but
CIA, they fucking
Yeah.
you were one of the Stranger Things kids. That's what happened.
but
it's a Manchurian candidate. It's like we don't know the word yet,
Yeah,
but we can unlock
we
him.
haven't figured out his trigger words yet.
goose for us. But yeah, what the hell was I gonna say? Talking
You
about
were
identity.
talking about identity. Yeah.
So that is one thing I'll say about reuniting. Because there were I didn't realize how important, quote unquote, important not knowing where I came from was to me until I knew where I came from, because I made it 30, it wasn't a goal, but I went 35 years with this question, right? And it kind of becomes part of you. And I don't want to over exaggerate it or make it bigger than it is, but it's you kind of, you know, it becomes this thing that you're used to having, and it almost makes you feel like, you know, maybe you're a little more interesting, you know, as a person, because you have this thing
Mysterious.
that nobody else has.
Yeah,
Nobody
you
else
know.
can really, you know.
People can go their whole lives trying to find a thing.
Yeah.
You
And
know.
and Aaron will definitely be the one to appreciate this out of everybody, but like Batman was my favorite superhero, right?
Mm.
Everything. Wolverine was my favorite character in the
Mm.
X-Men cartoon and everything, because he didn't know anything about himself.
I don't know
Mm.
why. I just
You know.
pictured Wolverine wearing the Batman mask. Just that portion. They just morphed together in my head.
Well, I mean, it's even funnier when you think about Wolverine being Canadian, but that's not the point.
Yeah. But he didn't, and I loved that cartoon. But the episodes I watched the most were the ones with Wolverine digging into his past
Mhm.
when I was a
Mm.
kid. I never mentioned it to like my folks or whatever.
Yeah.
I
But
feel like
Yeah.
that shows how important it is to have representation for all different types of kids in children's media.
oh yeah, absolutely.
Cartoons like
X-Men's
that.
a good example of it.
Yeah, it
honestly.
really
Well, I mean, that
is,
was the whole
man.
point of it.
Yeah, there's something for everybody in that
Yeah.
in that
Literally.
cartoon. But the reason I say that is when I reunited, it was it was a couple days later. I was actually talking to Sense about it. It was after I announced it to everybody, and this that, and the other, and everything. And I was like, I don't want to say I was worried, but I was honestly sitting there. I was like, I don't know what to do now. I like in a way, it makes you just kind of feel like everybody else.
Sense is like, oh
It's
my
like-
God, we got to go to the hospital right
it's
now.
like-
Something's wrong with Ben. We got to go.
And yeah, it was as simple as that, because it like that part does kind of, at least for me, does kind of, become you. It's you
Mhm.
just not knowing and everything. It's this thing you get used to announcing. It's like, now I can't say it anymore. And for the first year or two, I would see something on YouTube about somebody else tracking down their biological family. I'm like, oh man, that's an interesting tactic. I gotta remember that. I don't need to do that anymore. I got all this free time now.
I
know.
lost my thing.
Yeah.
It's not my thing anymore.
Yeah, and then it's up to you. You make it what you want. You might have a relationship with these people. You might not. It's up to you as much as it is up to them. But I stress finding out. But most importantly, decide what you're gonna do before time decides for you, and because nobody's here forever. And so, yeah, if you're thinking about it, you're already halfway there anyway. But yeah, figure it out best you can before time decides for you.
That kind of leads into, I just had two more questions
Sure.
for you. First one, I'll get that one out of the way. So if you had money doesn't matter, and you had an option to maybe change three things in the adoption process. We talked about, teenagers getting adopted, siblings getting adopted. Maybe what are some things you think, that if, like I said, if money wasn't an issue?
Top of my mind, right away, gun to the head. Maybe I wouldn't change anything the state does as far as clearing people to be parents.
Mhm.
But that being said, I would try to incentivize older adoptions
Mm.
through monetary means or something else. Some tax incentive.
Yeah, they pay for the
some-
school,
something.
something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, and truth be told, I think there is an incentivization process if you adopt through foster care.
There is.
Yeah, of some nature. I'm not super familiar with it, but yeah, I would incentivize it more.
I wouldn't really call it an incentive because like we have friends who did it that way.
Oh yeah, sure.
Yes. And so I would say it's more like you have a little bit of extra financial help
Oh
in
yeah,
that way.
yeah. What they did wasn't incentivized.
Yes,
But what I would
correct.
do,
Yeah.
I would want to
But there
incentivize
is,
it to
if
make
you
it
do
happen
it-
more.
If you do it through foster care, there is like a little bit of like extra
Yeah.
that you get. If
Yeah, the state helps you because they basically don't have
Correct.
to house that child anymore.
Yes.
So
Cheaper. For
yeah,
them
It's
to-
not-
have a
it's not
kid
like-
and these savings.
it's not like a way to like
Mhm.
make a profit or anything. Like they're not,
Yeah.
but it's not. It makes it a little bit easier for you to do that.
Yeah.
Is the thing.
Okay.
So yeah, I would definitely incentivize the less fortunate kids, and I would heavily incentivize the sibling groups
Yeah.
that are staying together
Yeah.
to not be separated.
Oh yeah.
Because that would freak me out too. Because it's
That would be the worst part for me
Yeah.
if it was like there's biological parents, but then the sibling. That's
Yeah.
where it's like.
If
ah,
I was
shit.
adopting a kid and they had a sibling that also needed to be adopted, I'd be like, all right, both of you. I couldn't separate
Yeah.
siblings.
Yeah.
I
Well-
have two cats that are siblings because I couldn't separate them.
Yeah.
Well, the good thing nowadays is that it's not. I'm sure it happens. I'm sure people like innocently fall through the cracks, and bureaucratic stuff happens and whatnot. But obviously, these kids are staying together. A lot of them. So it is nice that forced separation isn't as prevalent.
Yeah.
As years passed.
What if you adopt like two brothers and the two brothers are like, I'm not fucking going with him, dude. Fuck that dude. The brother's like, fuck it, like that'd be like me and my brother.
Yeah, honestly though.
You had another question.
Yeah, so this is kind of the last question I had, and this you kind of already been dropping little driplets of this. I don't know why I said driplets.
You have been using the English language,
You've been drip dropping all
Little
over
The
Delicious.
words today.
maliciously
Little
abusing our
driplets.
language.
Yeah, it's like I said, I didn't indulge before, so no, it's like my
This
brain
is,
is.
this is
it's like a
sober
lo-
DJ.
It's like the dude that's in here that's running the hamster wheel is lost because he's usually doing his normal program right now, and he's like, the fucking TV's not on. What's going on?
he had one place to be.
Exactly. So if you were to give any advice to the adopter or the adoptee, like you said, maybe thoughts, concerns, things you want to do and haven't done yet, or you're on the fence about things, maybe on both sides, advice you would have.
Sure. First off, if you're adopting, what you're doing is noble, and my hat's off to you. Be patient. You you don't have any clue who or what that kid is going to turn into, and like any other parenting situation, just take a breath. It's like when I was one, my poor mother, when I was one, she had me in a stroller, and she took me to some department store, and and I was in the stroller and whatnot, and she was in a changing room, and I decided I was going back to the adoption agency, and I made it all the way out of the store, and we had people just trying to grab this.
That's
Manchurian
he's like,
candidate. That's what
You're not. I don't know you.
Just people trying to grab this kid and just ducking and
Ben's
dodging.
doing backflips and fucking.
And
I just picture like the greased up deaf guy with a beard that has a baby.
and I say that to say my younger brother Nick, he's a completely different kid. So your mileage is going to vary. Just be patient. Just don't lose sight in the fact that you literally made the world a better place for that kid or those kids, depending on how many you adopted, and then also you answered the prayers of who made them, and everything, and that's cut yourself some slack, and pat yourself on the back. You did a very important thing. And as far as the adoptees, what kind of context?
Yeah, like if they were maybe like say they were on the fence about reaching out to family, maybe they were on the fence about just because I there's some people I've known in the past who are like, I don't give a shit. I'm not even concerned, and they might have had family that was digging into them to be like, maybe you should.
Or like people who might be afraid of what they find.
Sure, I get it. My thing, and again, everybody's different. And to me, knowing is better than not knowing. My advice in that instance, if you're on the fence, just do the paperwork. And I'm gonna get to that before we end the episode, as to what to do. But just do the paperwork and get it sent to you, because you don't have to open the envelope, but you can have it sitting there, ready to go. And also, it's like my brother, I push him. Push is a strong word, but I push him to do it because he's got medical stuff that would be
Mhm.
awesome to help dig into, and
That was kind of one concern that my mother had was and like I never really had much interest in reaching out to my biological father, but she ended up doing that, not to him but to his family on my behalf, because she wanted to make sure that there wasn't like history of certain medical problems and stuff like that, and that was really the only reason.
Right. And I'll tell you, I mean, on this side of things, it's the biggest learning curve is when people are talking in the biological families, when I'm around and they're talking about medical stuff and everything, is reminding myself to listen because I've spent 35 years not listening because all the medical stuff I heard about in the family didn't matter because
Yeah.
it wasn't my,
Yeah.
it wasn't my genetics and everything. And yeah, side note,
Ben's at the doctor, like, you have a really bad history of like bad cholesterol and like heart problems. Ben's like, I don't know what you're
It's-
talking about.
one of the strangest moments in my life was actually filling out one of those forms somewhat accurately.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was weird. But anyway,
Did you just laugh at them before when they give you a form? You were
no,
like, ha ha.
no, I just
What did you
Get outta
just
here.
put no? Like what did you?
no, I would just they would hand me forms. I would just tell I'm adopted. I really don't know much.
Okay.
I can tell you my medical history, but I can't tell you
Yeah.
my family history.
You follow
um,
up with the form for them to fill out.
Yeah. But shit, where did I leave off?
Advice
adoptees.
for the adoptee.
Oh yeah. So I
Yeah.
mean, at the very least, for your own medical reasons, fill out the forms, get the paperwork back, throw it in a closet or something, and it's there. If you ever want to open it, you can. I suggest doing it because it's not the fastest process. When I did mine, and I even hung on for a little while because I sent mine off to the state, to the Department of Health, and it got back, and I shelved it. Like, as much as I wanted to know, as much as I said I wanted to know all these years, I shelved it for a couple months and everything because I can't unring this bell once I look into that envelope
Mm-hmm.
and everything. So it's just this, like, let's just be sure. And one day I finally did. I wanted to, or I knew for sure I wanted to, and everything. And then the search started. It was still a month.
Yeah.
A month, 2 months, something like that, just for me to track her down. Because and that's the thing, is most likely it's going to be your biological mother on the birth certificate. And cases may vary, but if people are actually married when they have you, then that might change. That wasn't my case, so it was just her on there. And women have this funny little habit of changing their last name, so so it causes more work and whatnot.
Yeah.
So it's because even once you have that thing, your work isn't necessarily done.
Yeah. No, I like that a lot. I've never heard it being described like that. Cause like just having the envelope, like 3 years is going to go by. 3 years is 3 years, no
Yeah.
matter whether you open the envelope or not.
Absolutely.
But having it there, like just taking that first little step and
Yeah.
then,
If it's staring you in the face on a shelf somewhere, you're going to know if
mhm.
you want to look in there or not.
Yeah.
And it was actually, and it's it's funny, and don't forget our deal if I get emotional, and because I sent mine out, and then I can't remember how long it took, but about like 2 weeks went by and whatnot. Or I'm sorry. Well, anyway, I went through all the searching and everything because I had those pictures. I was
Mhm.
actually able to find her yearbook through classmates.com. I found her.
Oh.
Yeah, I found her yearbook. So even though I was born in Valpo, and fun story, both of the families were neighbors. So yeah,
Whoa.
the maternal family and the paternal family, they were neighbors.
Interesting.
Yeah,
That
because
is interesting.
because I didn't really have. I don't mean this in a bad way because they're gonna listen to this, but I didn't have an interest in meeting both families.
Mhm.
Right? Just one at a time is enough.
Yeah.
And everything, because like I don't know who knows what this is all going to turn into. Because that's the other thing, when you go into these situations. Here's another thing for the adoptees, but when you go into these situations, and don't get me wrong, very lucky this isn't my case, but you have to, and I'm sorry to say it again, it's the world we live in. You have to judge the room that you're in. You're potentially opening yourself up to, yes, they're related to you, but they are strangers. So this can either be, one of the best days of your life, or you could be introducing yourself to people that need $20 from you every frigging week, and everything in between.
Yeah.
So I say that to say, like, I wanted to meet people, one at a time, or halves at a
Yeah,
time.
man. Ben, you're a
Um,
fucking well-oiled machine, and then you have a maintenance issue that you've never encountered. So
Mhm.
it's like machine is automatically shut down, and now you're troubleshooting from step
Yeah.
yeah,
one to
exactly.
be
Yeah.
like, okay, like I have to make sure everything is like,
Mhm.
you know,
Yeah. No,
'cause-
exactly. And it's when when I met the biological father's side, I met almost everybody at once. That is the most exhausted I have ever been
Hmm.
mentally in my life, because it just felt they're great people. Don't get me wrong.
like
Like
firm
it was
handshakes.
it was like being on, for 4 hours.
Yeah. Wow.
And it just like, and again, it's not a bad thing. That's just a me thing.
Were you afraid that they wouldn't like you?
No, I've never been afraid of that in my whole life. Uh, no, is like my grandma, my dad's mom. She was adopted, and she had a bad experience when she went back,
Mm.
and I knew enough to know, like, I so okay. So here's how I'll put it. Um, well, first off, what I was alluding to was the message when I finally tracked her down. Um, I sent messages and whatnot. We actually met. So she birthed me, right? 35 years prior. I'm 38 now. Almost 4 years ago. So she birthed me on the day and everything. 35 years later, we met on the same day.
Wow.
Oh,
She
wow.
found my message on my birthday.
Came to ruin Thanksgiving again.
It wasn't on Thanksgiving this year or that year, but yeah. So yeah, she likes to point out that I'm the only person she's met for the first time twice on their birthday. Yeah, and actually that was, to be emotional for a second. That was the part where it all just came loose for me,
Mhm.
because it was like whatever few doubts I had and everything. It's like this stranger just told me it's my birthday.
Yeah.
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 Kind of otherworldly.
Mm-hmm.
And then you
Um,
get to see it a little bit from her perspective
Mhm.
too.
No, absolutely. And then what was I starting on a second ago?
I have no idea.
I was finishing that.
I don't even know.
Yeah, you really didn't get enough out
Yeah,
to
No.
give us any context.
There was not a finished sentence in that
Yeah.
entire rant.
Nope.
Where were you?
Brandy had asked the last question, which was fuck.
We're bad at this.
I don't know.
We're bad at this.
Well, I mean,
I don't know.
Hit the replay button.
There is no
Let's
replay
go
button.
back.
Well, I did ask. I
Let's check the
asked
tape.
if you were afraid that they wouldn't like you, and you said no.
Oh, and then
But
we
I
were
don't
talking
think
about
it was
meeting
that.
them and all the sensory overload, basically.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
having this situation where, like you said, you're meeting her for the second birthday,
Yeah,
35
and
years later.
yeah,
you know.
there was something else I was starting. I'm gonna and there's actually a high chance I'm not gonna re-listen to this episode. But
I
if
feel
I
like
do,
your
I'm
brain
gonna
is
be-
just going in so many different directions right now.
yeah. I mean, more or less, we are talking about my entire life.
I'm
Yeah.
so close to finding out your Manchurian candidate code.
We're not armed.
Yeah, we would be screwed.
Yeah, so please don't.
Don't trigger Ben.
Yeah,
But-
I could only imagine, man, because it's like, that's like just a warping of reality. Like everything is like it's not like the fucking movies where the walls are getting ripped away, but
No, it's otherworldly. It's unfortunately the best thing actually no. The best thing I can compare it to is showing up late for Christmas dinner. So if you can imagine for a second, an analogy, not a direct analogy, but you show up late for Christmas dinner, but nobody thought you were coming. So all the spaces are taken, all the chairs are set up nice and orderly, the food is dispersed, this, that, and the other, and then here you walk in. Welcome, of course, but now we have to figure out,
Where you fit.
where
into the
you
picture.
fit, and
Yeah.
I have to figure out where I want to fit. If I want to fit, that, and I do. I can't say that enough. And everything, but I say that to say that that if you do reunite, if you decide to reunite, it is, and this is not to discourage you at all. This is just to warn you, but it is disruptive. You are going to mess up
It's a good thing to know, though, to consider.
Yeah,
you know,
it is disruptive. It's I wouldn't trade any of it. There's nothing I wouldn't redo again, or I'm sorry, there's nothing I would undo, I should say, and everything. So again, I cannot stress enough that is a guidance and a warning, not a suggestion
Like,
to not go through.
Regardless of whether it's good or bad, it's
Yeah.
going to be a change.
Yeah, you are going to disrupt lives that went more or less went on without you. I mean, most likely these are people that want to see you. Don't get me wrong, but it's going to be weird for everybody.
Yeah.
It's going to be weird for everybody. It's it's when I first met my half siblings, they really didn't say a word to me, and it's because that's the other thing is like my cousin Sadie, or my biological cousin Sadie. She's 9 years younger than me. She knew about me, but she forgot I existed. And that's not a knock. That's not a knock. That's not to be mean
No, it happens.
or anything. You're not there.
Yeah.
No, I legitimately forgot I had a brother for like 10 years.
Yeah, like you're not.
I'm not joking about that.
Yeah, you're not there. You're not present, and it's they told you, and
So
like,
one
okay.
of my cousins lives like states away, and he has my entire life. And so like when I'm telling people about my family and I'm recounting all of my cousins, I forget about him all the time. Like I do eventually remember, but I'm like, oh yeah, there's that other one that lives
that other one
far away
and
that I never talk to.
Well, they say your brain can really only handle enough like kind of personal relationships with around 150 people.
yeah, Dunbar's number.
Yeah, and after that,
That's a large amount of people.
it's well, you're not like you deeply personally know them, but you might know them on a first name basis. You recognize
it's
their
how
face.
all the relations work.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
and then after that, it's like we don't got to go down that wormhole. But
Yeah,
like
no,
after
no,
that,
no.
everyone else is just faces. They're
Yeah.
not people. You don't even consider them as people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So, but yeah, so like my biological cousin Sadie, again, she more or less forgot I existed until it was mentioned and everything, and that I'd come back, and I think we made it 30 minutes before just straight talking shit to each other,
Oh yeah.
and all right, just immediately,
Love that.
immediate. It was great.
Yeah.
And then on the other side, I believe anybody that was younger than me, and I don't think there's a right or a wrong to this. Let me just underline in bold and italics that I don't think there's a right or wrong to any of this. It's however do what you think is best. I think the people younger than me didn't know I existed, so we're learning about each other at the
Yeah.
same time.
Yeah. That kind of makes sense though.
And so I say that to say that like when you walk into these houses, if you choose to get that far, there's going to be a lot of staring, and it is exhausting to be stared at and then also to stare back. It doesn't sound like it. Doesn't sound like it should be. It is mentally draining, and I dragged my feet back to my truck when that night was over. Me and my birth mom, it was one-on-one. It was very well, actually that was kind of draining too, because at one point I noticed that half of this place, she was a regular there. I didn't know that, but I know half of the place is looking at me and everything from behind me, right? And like, because I can see like
They're all like,
reflections and
that's
everything.
Barb's kid.
And it was driving me nuts. And because I'm over here trying to have this I just remembered what I was going to say earlier. I'm trying to have this moment, this end of a journey, of a lifetime journey, and jackass over here is staring at me, and I'm like, why the hell is everybody staring at me? I know I'm not talking this loud, and everything. Oh, I'm a regular here. They all know me. Tell them to mind their freaking business.
Are you sure you weren't talking that loud?
Thank you.
But no, actually, what I was gonna say, back to the advice thing, I just remembered what I told this to somebody a few weeks back, because they asked me more or less what it's like, again, for somebody in their life, and they wanted my perspective. And because there's this, and some people may experience this differently, but there's this thought that people in my camp have, they're searching for something that's missing. And as cold-hearted as it sounds, it's not supposed to be cold-hearted at all. I've really never been missing anything in my life. I've never wanted for parents. I've never wanted for family. I've never wanted for anything, But
must be nice.
Thanks, B.
And again, luckiest man on the planet, and I will never stop saying it. And but so I basically said to them, because they were equating it to like a missing puzzle piece. Are you going back for that missing puzzle piece? And I said, no, it's more what you're doing when you're doing this is you have the puzzle, the puzzle. It's done. It's because it's you. It's doing this isn't going to necessarily teach you anything about you. It's going to teach you about your lineage, but not you yourself. You are you. What you're doing is you're taking that puzzle and you're going back to see where they took the picture to make the puzzle. That's what you're doing. So it's
Interesting. I like that.
it can be cathartic. Don't get me wrong, and everything else. But there's nothing missing. You are you, and it's fine. You're fine the way you are. But more or less, if you're gonna go back, if you decide to go back, which I hope you do, mileage may vary, but if you do, I hope that it's to just see where you came from, not to, again, find a piece that's really not missing, or to
Not
try
to like fill some type of hole you think
no,
you have.
and especially to not, especially to not make up for shortcomings that you perceive your adoptive parents had
Mm.
or anything like that, because they're human too. It's
It's probably one of those things where like you can't. I would guess that like you can't go into it with a certain expectation.
No, it's the only thing, and the only thing I wanted in all of it, and I couldn't even expect it, but the only thing I wanted was nobody to be dead. Like that was my only wish, is to just not be too late when I finally got the stuff
Mhm.
and everything, is to just, because we're all one car wreck away. It's morbid, but that's the thing that kept me up at night.
What's crazy is like you may think of it like that, but that's like the most logical question you could have asked, as opposed to most people would probably be like, well, like probably a little bit more existential. You were just like, I just hope they're not dead.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah,
like, which was like the most stripped down basics. Like
Yeah.
let's start from
Mhm.
one. Like
Do they still exist?
yeah, and that's all I wanted. That's all, and then that's kind of what I was going to get at earlier. Is if you are going to go back, I firmly believe that you're entitled to that first meeting. But beyond that, it's it's whatever everybody else wants to do. But I do believe that you're absolutely entitled to go back and see what where you came from, what life might have been like, just to answer your own questions. Um, but yeah, beyond that, I would say it's fair game for either side if they want a relationship or not, or what have you. But you're definitely entitled to that one. Hi, we created you.
yeah, like you
You
said,
know.
getting the envelope is a good step. Even like the next step, I would say, listening to you, meeting your family, is just opening the door to
Yeah.
that room that you don't know what you're about to walk into.
Yeah, and
know.
yeah, and I mean, yeah, for me, it's been wonderful. I've cleared like a third of the country with biological relatives at this point.
I'm still waiting to find out that I'm related to like the ruling family of Genovia or something.
I'm related to Winston Churchill.
So am I, according to that website that I was on for a while. I forget what it's called, familytree.com or something like that.
I don't deny that at all.
But
That checks out.
yeah, I guess, I mean, the main I guess I'll have two things to wrap up here. Is this is for Indiana. I cannot speak to the other 49 states. I imagine it's probably something similar, but if you go onto in.gov and go to the Indiana Department of Health and look for the adoption matching registry, you can do exactly what I did. You have to be 18 years old to register, 21 years old to request information, and that's information back to you. And you need to there's two forms. One is the non-identifying form, and this is what would give you things like medical records, just stuff to find out, if there's something wrong with you, or what have you. What we're talking about here, the one I'm stressing, is form 47896. That is the form for identifying information, in which you know what, I should just click on it, because I think there's 4 things you can be, where you will check either you are the adult adoptee, an adoptive parent, a birth parent, or a birth sibling. And and actually some deceased options too. Or spouse or relative of a deceased adoptee, basically. And so you can be on either side of the coin here and send off for your records, and you'll get it back. And what you'll get back is a birth certificate that you didn't know that you actually had. It's called a living birth certificate, among some other stuff. The main thing is a living birth certificate, in which it's basically a receipt for a human baby, more or less, because
That's what it is, yeah.
well,
Imagine if the hospital was like, "Do you want the receipt?" And the parent was like, "No, thanks."
paper or plastic. But no, I say that because you don't have a name. So when I got mine back, and again, I didn't know that this was a thing until I got it. When I got mine back, it just says baby boy in the name slot because I was being put up for adoption and everything. It has her name on there. I just don't feel like going into detail.
I think you've told me this before, but did you ask her what your name would have been?
Yes, Jeffrey Edward.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
You look like a Jeff.
I don't.
I think you do.
I disagree.
I think you look like.
I don't have an opinion.
I have a laptop to throw, and I haven't confused my words once tonight.
Touche.
And but yeah, so you would fill out this form, send it in, and sometime later, I apologize. I can't. It's been long enough. I don't remember exactly how long it took, but sometime later, nothing crazy. You'll get back your documents, and this living birth certificate will have. In my experience, it was my biological mother's name. In your case, it might be both. It might be the father. I don't know. But and then your searching starts from there. Best of luck. And again, I can't say enough about classmates.com and some, other weird, niche websites like that where you can find information you wouldn't normally find or think to look for, and what have you. But, yeah, send that off and it'll get back to you. And then, I'm going to go on a limb here for all you fine people. So if you call the number, 219-319-9528. And this is specifically for adoptees, adult adoptees, birth parents, or prospective adoptive parents. That is actually the number I use for work. And you can call me directly if you just want somebody to talk to. So, and that's where I'll leave
Oh
it.
yeah.
Giving out the digits.
The work digits.
Now we're gonna need your social
jeez.
security number and
So,
Drop that
but
debit
yeah,
card
if you
number.
need somebody to just talk to or figure out what you want to do, or who, maybe you're an only child and an adoptee and don't have a brother like I do and everything, yeah, you won't be able to say nobody listened to you. So there you have it.
Or if you want to call him and ask if his refrigerator is running.
Oh, actually, thanks for reminding me.
I'm here to. I thought this was the Ben and Me website.
So, yeah, actually, I do have a Google Assistant, and that answers my phone calls when I don't know the number. So just say the word adoption or something like that, and I'll know what you're calling for, and I will call you back as quickly as I can.
Right on.
That is a nice little feature of the Google Assistant.
It is.
That's
Nice.
clutch.
Nice.
I think the first time I called your phone and I got that, I was like, what the hell is this?
Have my people reach out to you.
All right. Well, thanks, Ben, for sharing all that with us today. That was quite informative, actually. That was good stuff, man.
That was a good
That
one.
was a good one.
Indeed.
Thanks
Well,
for being so open.
All my life.
Yeah, thanks, Ben. We
Mhm.
learned a lot.
That's the goal.
Indeed. Well, for the listeners, if you made it this far in this episode, we appreciate you giving us a listen to. As per the usual, give us a like, give us a follow, give us a subscribe. We need more subscribers on all of the things. So wherever you're at, we appreciate it.
Leave us a review.
Yeah, leave us a review wherever you're at. Forgot about that. Yep. Please leave us a review. Check out our website. Check out our merch. I've made 2 new t-shirts so far. So check those new shirts out. They're pretty funny. And other than that, hope y'all be cool.
Thanks, guys.